Willem, you're getting my first question. So I was thinking about Patricia Arquette because of our Gonzo Girl interview and also the multitude of incredible directors you've worked with. Right. Do you notice any shared traits among the directing greats? But then also, can you pinpoint something about Yorgos that makes him stand out?
Oh, yes. The broad stroke about all the greats are, they've got something they see that nobody else sees. They have a personal vision. That's what you look for. You look for people that really see something and you try to see it with them and you try to embody it. That's the game. And that's why you seek out strong directors that aren't just crafting something together. They need to see this thing and they need to realize it. Yorgos, he's truly a polymath in the sense of he's a very cultured guy. He knows many things about many different things. He knows architecture, he knows music, he knows dance. So when he creates this world, the way he works with all the elements of production, and let's face it, it's a pretty dense and pretty exotic world. It's so beautiful, and he gives you such a specific world that when you get there, you know how to enter it. Beautiful script, beautiful costumes, beautiful music. The music's not there when you're there, but you get the idea. That's what you look for. You get a lot of help and a lot of fun things to do as an actor when you've got a director like that.
All those things are beautiful, and then beautiful performances on top of that. Mark, with your character, he goes through quite the evolution throughout the film. So is there a particular scene that put him into focus for you most? A scene that you carried with you and found influencing all the other scenes you did?
Oh, man. I mean, they all sort of add up in a certain way. The dancing has so much in it, and it was something that we worked on, we collaborated on. Emma and I it was choreographed, but then we also threw some of that out, and we're just playing and finding some of that. And it just that dance is their whole relationship in a way. And it was so much fun, and it was so free, and we were still performing, acting our characters in it. And then the fight that ensues, that was all, that was a really fun and informative sequence.
I'm so jealous.
If you're jealous, I'm happy because I've been jealous of you the whole time.
I'm going to end with a big personal career question for you both, inspired by Bella's journey in the movie, because I love how fully alive she is, because she doesn't see anything wrong in a number of things that society deems wrong. So what is something you thought was wrong when approaching your work as an actor because of what you heard elsewhere, but then you came to learn it wasn't wrong, and that realization let you be more free with your work?
Wow, excellent question, but I'm not sure I can scramble an answer because it's
fair enough.
It's every time you do something. I think the lesson that you learn is you got to reinvent your process every time, because the demands and what you're encountering, what your function is, and what the challenges are always different. So you're constantly facing these things that you thought were given. They were taken as given truths, and you're finding out it's not true. And that's always when you have these leaps where you really are able to get into another way of being. So you look for those places where you're locked, you try to unlock them so you can let everything flow. So I didn't really give you an answer, but it's a good question. It's a good question.
All right.
Yeah.
He's got to go.
No.
I think you're
gives you more
unless
time.
they kick me out, you're allowed to answer.
Go.
I have a few minutes. This part was one of those things. I was scared of it. I felt limited. I felt like it was wrong for me to do it in a weird way, just because of expectations people might have on me as a performer, as an actor, and I just I did it, and it was so right. And at the time I thought maybe this is so wrong, and so it's piggybacking on what Willem says is you know, the creative act and just pushing out against your own limitations that you set on yourself, that society sets on you. Those limitations that you set on yourself are usually those of society. And the more you can challenge that, the bigger you get, the more expansive you are. I think the more interesting you are, the more lived you are. Yeah.